what's cooking? How about some burgers, maybe some brats? And how about some bobbleheads tonight on a Saturday night in Pittsburgh? Yep, Joel Hanrahan bobblehead giveaway. The Pirates and the Houston Astros for Game 2 of the 3-game series. Pirates are winding down their 9-game homestand. Need a win, need to get the offense going. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. And Bob, it's been a continuing theme, this Pirates offense just not able to click at the right time. Last night was as frustrating as it gets. But the Bucks have done it before this year.
Yeah, it's just been really inconsistent, especially lately. It's here some nights and some nights it's not. But we do have to remember on the last road trip, the offense really started to get going very consistently. And we're going to show some highlights here of some really clutch hits that did come through earlier in the season for us. So it's there. We can win these one-run ball games. You just have to, have that right attitude when you go to the plate with the game on the line. Have that confidence that you're going to come through, and have that plan. What you want to do with the at-bat. What do you need to accomplish? Where do I got to hit this ball? Do I have to take? Do I have to swing at the first pitch? Got to have that plan of attack.
What would the plan of attack be tonight for the Pirates starting pitcher Charlie Morton, who hasn't pitched as well his last 2 times out?
Well, Charlie needs to find the sinker. I mean, that's the key for him. We're seeing a lot of good highlight pitches here, but you notice they're all breaking balls. And he's had a good breaking ball this year, but his bread and butter is the sinker. He's got to find that, got to start getting the ball on the ground again.
All right, so Charlie Morton needs to pitch well tonight. And that offense, well, I'll tell you what, chew on this. The Pirates are 14-6 when they score just 2 runs or more this season. So the offense looks to get it going tonight.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go, Bucks.
And welcome back to see what Charlie Morton can do here as he takes the field. Morton making his 6th start of the season. 1-3 his record, a .461 ERA. Pirates and Stros for game 2 of the 3-game series. Check out the Houston Astros lineup. Brad Mills is the skipper of the Stros, and they are surprising at 15-17, surprising some people in baseball, hanging in there. The Astros lineup: Jordan Schaefer, Jed Lowry, Jose Altuve. Carlos Lee is the cleanup man. Brian Bogusevic is in right field. Justin Maxwell in left. Matt Downs gets the start at third base. Chris Snyder, the former Pirate, behind the plate, and the lefty Jay Happ.
Well, let's take a look at Chuck's numbers, brought to you by Western Pennsylvania Chevy Dealers. They were real good early on, but after a couple of rougher starts, the ERA is starting to creep up there, and the whip, walks and hits per innings pitched, up close to 1.5. That's a little higher than you need it to be. Normally, Charlie doesn't have to worry too much about hits. It's the walks. This year, the control's a little bit better, but he's getting hit around, especially balls hit in the air.
Looking for some runs, Clint Hurdle. People asked him, do you talk to these guys? Do you yell at them? I've learned a long time ago that the more you yell, the worse it can get. So I'd choose to go in a different direction. Try to get them to relax. This ball's fouled off by Jordan Schaefer. We're underway. 72 degrees at game time. Schaefer's numbers on the year: he was 0 for 4 last night and struck out 3 times. Nothing wrong with the pitching for the Pirates, but an important start for Morton. See if he can bounce back and figure it all out. And James McDonald certainly did that last night. 8 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, couple of walks, struck out 8.
Well, Charlie would, regardless of what the results are stat-wise, he wants to see the ball put on the ground again.
And what's interesting too, Bob, is we talked the previous 2 years really about what he was going to do to combat left-hand hitters, and this season he's held them to a .241 average. The problem is the righties are now hitting .340 against him. So the numbers have flip-flopped.
Well, the thing about the lefties that most of the time, not always, but most of the time when he was giving up hits to them, it's because they're flipping singles to right field, off the, lifting that sinker up and serving at the left, which won't hurt you all that often.
Ball cut off by Alvarez and whips it over, and an out call at first base. Casey McGee somehow, some way, got his foot on the bag, and Alvarez, like a shortstop, did a 360 spin to get Schaefer.
Well, he had something on this throw also. He's got that great arm, and because of the spin, he really got a lot on it.
Brad Mills is out to argue the call.
Now, this is one that you're not going to win. You're just venting your frustration because you think that the call was missed. It looks like the foot is on the bag. It looks like the ball is just hitting the glove, so that's an out.
McGee doing above average work at first base this season. Brad Mills, who was tossed from the game last night, arguing a call when Clint Barmas was at the plate in the 8th inning. So 1 away on a fine defensive play on both ends. Here is Jed Lowry, switch hitting shortstop. 1 for 4 last night. It was a nice defensive play that retired Lowry in the 6th inning last night after he doubled to right. Great relay. Jose Tabata to Neil Walker to Alvarez to nail him at third. One ball, one strike. Tabata playing left field tonight. Walker part of that relay. Perfect strike to Alvarez.
Yeah, Walker's throw was excellent.
Breaking ball misses. Tabata has gone back to play a little bit of left field again this season. And he'll play that one on a couple of hops.
Yeah, that was the kind of base hit that we saw Morton give up against lefties last year, where the ball is sinking, going down and away, and the left-hander would just slap that ball out toward left.
Check out that Pirates defense tonight. Tabata in left. Jamaico Navarro gets the start in right field. Andrew McCutcheon in center. We saw Alvarez on the left side. Clint Barmas there as well. Walker and McGee. And Michael McHenry starts behind the plate for Charlie Morton. Navarro making his first career start in right field. The batter, Jose Altuve.
Well, this ballpark, obviously right field is by far the smallest as far as area you have to cover. I can understand why Navarro is in right, your most inexperienced outfielder, although he's made some pretty good plays in the outfield. There's been a couple that were, maybe one I can remember that was a little on the shaky side, but he's made at least 4 or 5 above average plays.
He made 3 starts in left, but tonight in right. He also started a game at second and at third.
Just a couple nights ago, he got a ball, looked like it might have distance for a home run, and went up over the left field fence for the catch. In fact, they even had to review it. The umpires went down and took a look at it.
Runner takes off on the hit and run. Lowry was off on the pitch, 1-1. Altuve having a fine season, the second baseman. Among the league leaders in a handful of categories, including 15 multi-hit games, tied with Melky Cabrera, top of the National League. And his 40 hits are in the top 10. 1-2, you will hear Jim Joyce emphatically calling the strikes, the home plate umpire. And crew chief Jim Reynolds at first, Mike Estabrook at second, James Hoy at third. Tapper, Barmas coming in on the move. It's Altuve. Lowry moves to second. He's there with 2 down. And now Charlie Morton will face Carlos Lee. A .348 career hitter against Morton. Lee 0 for 4 last night.
Some of these lifetime numbers against Morton you have to take with a little grain of salt. He was a total different pitcher before last year when he changed and started throwing the 2-seamers. Had so much success, especially against the right-handers. Before he went with the new style, there were a number of guys that were hitting him pretty hard.
Fastball misses. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lee. Final year of his contract. Big 6-year deal. The Astros shelled out $100 million to bring Lee to Houston.
And the Brewers, huh?
So the Brewers had the contract that sent it and him to Houston. Former White Sox star. He'll turn 36 next month. And bounced on the left side. To first.
Ground ball.
Good sign. 3 ground ball outs. Charlie Morton. See what the Pirates offense can do against Jay Happ. the plate against Jay Happ. Jose Tabata ready to step in. Rest of the lineup brought to you by Toyota. Moving forward, Tabata, Walker, McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen, followed by Pedro Alvarez. And Casey McGee and Jamaico Navarro. Clint Barmas, Michael McHenry, Charlie Morton, the starting 9. And Walker has reached base safely in 7 of his last 8 games.
Take a look at Happ's numbers. The ERA up there 5.24. It's definitely higher than he would like. Happ came over from Philadelphia after a strong rookie year, and still I don't think is where the Astros thought he was going to be. Well, definitely not right now with a 5-something ERA. I would imagine they still have high hopes.
We got him in the Oswalt deal. Aggressive Tabata in the hole 0-2. Hitting .241. 1 for 13 in his career against Jay Happ. Well, you have to take those numbers with a grain of salt.
Why is that?
Well, because Happ's not as good as he was.
No, that's it's not even anything
Just
close to it.
kidding.
You know exactly what I'm trying to say. Morton has changed completely, and Salt, Morton Salt, you know, come on.
I know. Now swing foul ball. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That was my best line of the night, and you.
I didn't want it to go on. I didn't want it to go unnoticed.
Oh, all right.
I highlighted it.
All right.
The Gypsies are telling us that their sides are splitting in the trailer. They also tell us if that's the best line of the night, we're in trouble. Hit hard toward right center field, and this will carry over the head of Schaefer. Tabata into second and headed to third. He's going to be there with a triple to start the game. Now, how about that? Of all things, it's Tabata to start the game with a triple. Last night, twice the Pirates had a runner at third base and nobody out and couldn't score him.
Well, this is going to get that over with right now. Well, last night, once you get this run in, last night didn't even happen. Right down the middle. Tabata, excuse me, gets it out there, and right now, it's when the ball hits soft and just lays there, he's got to think, okay, 3. And right about then, that's when he picks it up.
Into third easily. The ball almost skipping into the stands. Past both the third baseman and Happ. So here we are, the infield. The corners are in. The middle infielders are back. And Chris Snyder thinking about gunning a throw to third.
How about the big Caballo was pacing for a second there.
For a second.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
It was Tabata who had the leadoff triple in the 4th inning last night. A fly ball, plenty deep. As you said, Bob, get rid of it right away. They thought about last night not being able to score. He'll come in easily, and the sacrifice fly. 2 batters into the game. It's 1-0 Pirates.
It is pretty ironic how the game of baseball works.
Walker picks up RBI number 12. Day Automotive presents the key matchup of the day. Look at those numbers. McCutchen hitting .364 lifetime with 3 homers against Happ. Happ has given up 6 home runs this season. Two and one. toward the gap in right center field, and that'll drop in for a hit. Good numbers continue for McCutchen against Happ and against lefties, batting over .400 against left-handed pitching.
Happ makes a decent pitch on him, keeps the ball down and away. McCutchen just waited on it perfectly. The ball got fairly deep in the strike zone, so he could get the head of the bat to it. Just one out. Why should the inning be anything not even close to over with? Keep it going, maybe steal some bases, get the running game going.
Let's make it a Carpenter's first inning. We've only just begun. Pedro Alvarez at the plate, hitting .209, 0 for 3 last night, 0 for his last 20. That's the big hack and comes up empty. The only left-hand hitter in the lineup against Jay Happ. And not that this is a time that McCutchen will be going, he very well could be, but it's something that, again, Clint Hurdle brought up. Being aggressive on the bases, so I'm going to keep pushing it, and that means in the stolen base department. Oh, and 2.
Has McCutchen got 5 steals?
5 and 8 tries, yes.
5 and 8. Now, I don't think has he ran since Alvarez has been hit behind him.
That's a good question.
I don't think so, because I know he's had 5 for a long time.
No, I think you're right.
And I was wondering about that, because usually you get a home run hitter hitting behind you, you get the stop sign.
Yeah.
Because at first base you're already in.
No, you're right. He has not. He has not
attempted a steal. Now, with Alvarez struggling right now, 0 for 20, as you just said, you know, maybe that'll change. Maybe they'll loosen up the leash a little bit with McCutchen.
McCutchen was caught stealing last night. It was his first attempt since Alvarez hit cleanup. And it fouled the other way and out of play. So the count stays 0-2 on Pedro Alvarez. He is 4 out of 16 against lefties this season. One of his 7 homers against a left-hander.
Yeah, another thing that goes into it, maybe not quite as much as being a power hitter, but a left-hand hitter, a lot of times you'll get the stop sign over there to keep a hole open on that side of the infield for the left-hander Alvarez to hit through.
Chopper in just one play. That's the first, and not a great throw, but picked at first by Carlos Lee. That's Jose Altuve making the play. Play goes 4-3. And the Astros defense. Jordan Schaefer, and that ball hit over his head by Tabata. Bogasevic in right, Justin Maxwell in left. Lee and Downs on the corners, Lowry and Altuve up the middle, Chris Snyder behind the plate. He has done good work stopping or at least slowing down the running game, Chris Snyder. Now McGee and the Pirates look for a 2-out hit. '15th start for Casey McGee at first base this season. One and 1. 239 average, no homers, 4 RBIs, 71 at bats. So he looks for his first Pirate dinger.
A lot of things for him to try and get used to. Get new position, a new team, new city he's playing for. Kind of a new role that he's been pretty much a starter for the last few years.
Now he's having the share time.
And there goes McCutchen uncontested for third. They're giving him the third base bag, and he goes into third, a stolen base.
You can watch him take off. As you can see, that Astros didn't even bother to cover the bag. They have a right-hand hitter up there. They're not going to pull third baseman out of position to cover the bag on a steal with 2 outs. They're just going to go ahead and concede it.
McGee hit 169 last year against lefties. The year before, he hit 316 against them. Three and two. Looking to crush that pitch.
They took a big swing. That's 3-1 count. You don't want to be just trying to make contact with some kind of a defensive type swing like you will with 2 strikes. You got to let that head of that bat fly, get some bat speed going. And that's what he did.
Just foul.
You get a couple of shots sometimes like that, 2-0, 3-1, where you can just pick a certain pitch and really try and drive it into a gap, or I guess you could even say try to make good enough contact, get it over the fence.
Stays 3-2. McGee came over from the Brewers for Jose Veras over the winter. Those Brewers, by the way, beat the Cubs today in Milwaukee 8-2. Pirates lead this one 1-0. First inning, McCutchen at third. A triple for Talbot, a sacrifice fly for Walker. And a walk to McGee. Puts runners at the corners. Jay Happ has walks total 17 now in 35 innings to go along with 34 strikeouts. And we mentioned he has given up 6 home runs. Only the Diamondbacks and Rockies pitching staffs have given up more homers than have the Astros.
Well, they play in a fairly homer-friendly ballpark. That always has to figure into the equation when we talk about long balls with these guys. The old Crawford boxes.
And a strike.
Field. Very friendly area for home runs.
Speaking of home runs, his first career home run, Jamaico Navarro, was last year as a member of the Boston Red Sox as a pinch hitter in Houston against Jay Happ. Navarro gets an unfavorable call there on the appeal. Everybody jumped on the appeal. The catcher Snyder Carlos Lee quickly turned toward the first base umpire Jim Reynolds.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not going to ever get a call on that if you don't be very aggressive with it. You try to act like it's a no-brainer. Oh yeah, he went. Yeah, didn't he? That's what you have to do.
McGee takes off about being aggressive, and the smart move is Snyder isn't going to throw down that way with McCutchen at third, so McGee moves up on the pitch in the dirt.
Well, anytime the ball is blocked, you're going to have a good opportunity. And I just don't think that he thought he had McGee.
Stolen base they give him.
If he thought that if McGee thought he could have McGee out, he would have threw the ball and tried to get that last out.
And Navarro gets a piece of it. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes on the right fielder, Jamaico Navarro.
I think Jack Wilson, one of the best guys at that I ever saw, moving up on balls in the dirt. It didn't go anywhere, the balls, but Jack was always anticipating that, just like Casey did, and would take the extra base.
And he strikes out Navarro. Pirates leave 2 men. They score 1. A Walker sac fly after the top of the triple. Through 1, it's 1-0 Bucks. Is the focus of our attention. We talk about the PNC achievement for the achiever in you. His defensive work last night, very strong. A couple of fine plays. Jose Altuve robbed of a hit in the 3rd inning, and later he straddles the line and reaches back over into fair territory. And tonight, nice work. First batter of the game, Jordan Schaefer. PNC achievement. Didn't miss by a lot. Brian Bogusevic.
Well, when Charlie is right, shortstop, third base, you better be right, because you're going to see all kinds of action.
Two and one. Bogusevic, Maxwell, and Downs for the Astros against Charlie Morton. Lefties hit .364 against him last season. Righties just .220. Good movement. 2-2.
And this ball actually jumps in to the lefty. Not a sinker going down the way. I think he had to cut that ball running in.
Tap foul.
It was 88, which is real good velocity for a slider when your fastball is 92. 88, you're only losing 4 miles per hour. And you know, sliders, cutters, curveballs. You know, every pitcher names his pitches differently. If you watch Correa, his slider looks like it breaks just a few inches, kind of like what we just saw from Morton on that swing and a miss. And then I think it was it Strasburg the other night? His slider looked like it was breaking 1.5 feet at times. You're always real safe just saying breaking ball.
Chopper, and Morton not going to get to it. Scoop by Alvarez and no throw. Infield hit.
Good thinking. Just put it in your pocket. You know, sometimes you just have to take your medicine, and that's what happened here. Look at Pedro. He was way back. He was playing closer to the outfield grass than the infield grass. By the time he got to the ball, there was just no out to get. So instead of firing it over there for no reason and picking up a possible error if he threw it away, just hand it back to Charlie. Say, hey, throw another ground ball, we'll get you a double play.
He faces the 6'5" left fielder Justin Maxwell. Pounded foul. Picked up off waivers first week of April from the New York Yankees. Washington, D.C. native, drafted by the Nationals. Bogusevic, he has attempted 7 steals and has been successful 4 times.
Watching Maxwell batting practice the other day, or yesterday, and then in the game, that first swing tonight, looks like a pretty much pull hitter, and I think he's going to be laying the ball on the ground quite a few times. Get ready, Barmes. Get ready, Alvarez.
They were studying the signs there from Dave Clark. Kind of hitter he is. Bogusevic not too far off the bag, gets back standing.
Got an absolute ton of power, at least in batting practice. He was hitting tape measure shots in early BP yesterday.
Two and one. 1 homer and 36 at bats for Justin Maxwell. Both parents in the Navy. He moved around a lot, but born in D.C. Several years in California. And in spring training with the New York Yankees. Another throw over. Figure with this count, the way Charlie Morton gets those ground balls, Brad Mills could be starting Bogusevic. Not going, and it's popped foul and out of play.
That ball got in on him good.
Morton went 10-10 last year, finished with a 3.83 ERA. The big story last season was how the Pirates over the previous offseason, especially in spring training, worked with him, that new delivery. Ray Searage, a lot of credit for his work. Jim Benedict, pitching coordinator in the Pirates system.
They certainly gave him a huge makeover from the type of pitcher he was before.
Now a 3-2 count.
One of the ways he gets that movement is because of the arm angle he uses. He drops down, doesn't come straight over the top. Gives you a little bit of a 3/4 sidearm type delivery, and the spin that promotes when he throws his fastball. That's what gives him that sinker.
There goes the runner on the 3-2 pitch, and it's grounded to Barmes. Just first base, his only play.
That's why you want to get that, be aggressive in that strike zone early on so that you can't start the runner. If this ball was hit 2 or 3 pitches ago, obviously it would have been an easy double play.
Pirates up 1-0 now. Matt Downs to the plate. Downs starting just his third game this season at third base. Chris Johnson was there last night. One ball, no strikes on Matt Downs. Infield hit for Bogusevic. And a ball, 2-0. Excellent job as a pinch hitter last year, Matt Downs.
Charlie needs to be maybe a little bit more aggressive as far as throwing strikes so far. He's got the bottom of the lineup up. He has the lead in this ball game. You want to be, you're falling behind, getting in hitters counts with guys hitting lower in the lineup. That just makes them that much better hitters.
16 balls out of the strike zone. 18 strikes so far. And bounce to Alvarez. A look over to second. And a throw to first. 2 outs. On a 3-0 pitch, Matt Downs grounds to third.
Catcher number 18, Chris.
Brings up Chris. Snyder's injury last year, just one of many that beset the Pirates' backstops, and because of that, the Pirates had to go searching outside their organization. And one of the players that ended up doing a lot of catching and is the backup this season, Michael McHenry. Snyder signs as a free agent this winter with the Houston Astros, as he's walked intentionally.
Probably a little bit because the offense just hasn't been doing much.
Yeah, even though it's the second inning, you're walking a guy intentionally to get to the pitcher.
Normally you would like to go ahead and go after Snyder. He's only hitting a $133 and hopefully have Happ lead off next inning for you. But perhaps just the offensive slump. Maybe on Clint's mind a little bit. We're playing this like it's a little later in the ball game.
Jay Happ, 2 for 11 this season, 0.99 career hitter. Strike one. Two. Morton looking to put his mound opponent away right now. Leave 2 men on and hold on to the early 1-0 lead. That's there, 1-2.
Happ would swing at the strikes. Not going to swing at the ball. Looks like he just decided he's going to go up there and take.
He does have 2 walks this season and an RBI.
Got a good eye, maybe. This will be the out pitch right here. He's out.
Astros leave a couple. Go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Pirates still lead 1-0. subscribe to MLB.tv. See every Pirates out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
All hands on deck. Coming ashore.
Or in Clint Hurdle's words, all in.
With a number 7 star. A little mixture.
Strike one on Barmes. .158 average. Barmes 1 for 3 last night. Pirates had just 4 hits. One and 2. 101 plate appearances for Barmes. Keep it away, 2 and 2.
A lot of run on the last couple of fastballs that Happ has thrown. A little two-seam movement himself. Another one, same thing. You can see that little tail, or a true center camera. Watch the movement. As the ball takes off away from him, probably it jumps out there about maybe 3-4 inches. There's true center. Great new tool we have here at PNC Park. Up in the crow's nest.
Barnes is retired. Check out our Hyundai out of town scoreboard. Though the Rangers lost, Josh Hamilton hit another home run. Insane. 18 homers. Josh Hamilton, he leads the American League in every possible offensive category. Says this is locked. This is no surprise, locked in as he's ever been. 4-homer night the other night.
Is this his last year?
Yes.
This is a.
He's a rich man already. He'll be a
contract
richer man after this
man,
season.
I can imagine. Salary drive. That's what I meant to say. He's putting on a salary drive, and it's May.
Home runs for Josh Hamilton. The San Diego Padres team, 13 home runs.
Maybe he'll be a Padre next year. They need some power.
Yeah. A little different ballpark for him, but he can hit the ball at any park, including Petco. Michael McHenry takes that pitch in the dirt.
I think he'll stay a Ranger. That's what I think, Rick. He'll stay a Ranger.
Fly ball to center. Schaefer back.
And I got the crowd going a little bit. Get that ball out there fairly deep.
Well, come back into the mound, a fly ball to the track, and now it's Charlie Morton. 0 for 8 this season, and 10 hits and 132 career at bats. That's an .076 average.
Charlie needs to work on that a little bit. the right approach, though. He choked up a little bit on the bat. Got to punch the ball out there a little bit. If you can just do that, avoid strikeouts, you get a hit every 9-10 at bats. A lot of grass out there to find. Just get that ball put in play. See all that open space, Greg? Well, didn't get it put in play.
1-2-3 go the Bucks. 1-0 Pittsburgh. During our June 10th telecast, looking for some local teams or stories to feature on the air. If you have a great Little League story or your team would like us to pay tribute, it's June the 10th. Please visit rootsports.com to submit your information.
Yum. Summer is here. That means the ice cream has to be flowing. Pretty good seats right there. Put your feet up on the dugout area. And watch those foul balls.
Yep.
That's why you bring your glove. Even if it's pink. Got to bring it.
Bring mom tomorrow.
Lefty. Southpaw. You can always use a cardboard tray to shield off a line drive. So you get some food real early on, some nachos, and then just keep the tray there handy. Looks like we've got fries and maybe a burger. Added some nice food places around here. Got the Quaker Steak chicken wings going. There's a one of those fish joints that you like. It's opened up.
Nakama bounce to the right side and a base hit on a 2-0 pitch to Schaefer. Jordan Schaefer is on to start the third.
Well, Greg, I mean, I know it's a base hit by a lefty, but you know, I don't care. It was on the ground. Doesn't matter. That's the way Charlie has to really think about these hits at times. It's just, hey, ground ball, they're going to find a hole. But more often than not, somebody's going to be there to catch it. It takes a lot of ground balls to score runs. 3 of them have to find a hole.
Schaefer is their stolen base leader. 11 in 15 attempts. One-time Braves prospect. Jed Lowry, who singled to left field in the first inning. And speared by Alvarez. Off balance throw. They're not going to get him.
Not that play.
Quick reaction.
You know, you're in tight. You don't have much time to make any kind of moves left or right, in on the grass. And then the presence of mind to make that quick snap throw. Just about turned this into a double play. Oh, nice play by Casey. That was a quick snap throw, but it wasn't highly accurate. Casey had to make a nice catch on it to keep it from getting toward the stands.
One away. Schaefer still at first. Jose Altuve bounced to short in the first inning. Solid season for Jose Altuve. Another throw over as McGee has to reach around. The numbers there for Jordan Schaefer. And that's chopped foul. Altuve, 5'5", from Maracay, Venezuela. Shortest player in the big leagues these days.
There's only you may have mentioned this earlier. So sorry if I'm throwing this. He's the only right-hander that hit a home run off Charlie last year.
I did not mention that. Glad you did. That's a good point. That's what you do.
That's what sidekicks are for, to throw something out there every now and then.
You wouldn't expect this little guy to be the only guy to hit a home run from the right side off Charlie Morton, but that was the case at Minute Maid Park. Morton knew it right away.
Well, you know, it's tough to get down underneath that sinker. He's built close to the ground. He could go down and get that pitch.
Got some
get
punch.
It in the air. He's going to definitely be a good one. I think he's already proven himself.
Little players have done some big things over the years in Major League Baseball. There have been some, well, a handful, just 5'3" to have played in the big league since 1900. 16 players at 5'4", and the most notable, Wee Willie Keeler. And 34 players to be as tall as 5'5", and this ball lined to right, and they're going to double up Schaefer easily. Double play. Schaefer's doubled off first. A 1-0 Pirates lead. Pirates in front. Jose Tabata started off that inning with a triple. Right away scored on a Neil Walker sacrifice fly. A fly ball fairly deep, almost to the track. HEH Sports Medicine injury update. You're looking at Eric Bedard, Pirates left-handed starter who left his last game because of back spasms. He's scheduled to pitch on Monday. That start will be pushed back to Wednesday in Washington, D.C. against the Nationals. So Brad Lincoln will now start in Miami against the Marlins Monday night. Brought to you by Allegheny Sports Medicine.
Well, the plan basically, at least one time through, he's going to have a 6-man rotation. Everybody will get an extra day of rest.
I'm anxious to see Brad Lincoln pitch on Monday night. I'm sure he's anxious to get back to that starting role. Jeff Karsten's still coming along, but just right now, just long tossing. No schedule. Walker takes the pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Brad Lincoln not available under the bullpen according to Clint Hurdle because he will be pitching on Monday night.
Just kind of hanging out.
Schaefer over quickly and reaches up to make the grab. Jordan Schaefer. Line drive off of Walker's bat.
He can definitely go get it. I think it's been holding him back. Been that offense. The Braves, I think, gave up for waiting. This is a fine play. And nice timing on that lunge. Didn't get up there too soon.
Jordan Schaefer, the Atlanta Braves figured he'd be a mainstay in center field for a long time. A 3rd-round pick in 2005. Suffered a tough injury his rookie year. A thumb injury that had him out for a while. This ball fouled away. And when things didn't pan out for him, the Braves called Pittsburgh. Made the deal for Nate McLeod. Of course, Pirates got Charlie Morton in that deal. Now McCutchen, who singled to right field in the first, showed you the real strong numbers he has in his career against Jay Happ. His fans are out. Kutch batting over 400 against left-hand pitching. It's 8th best in the league. This hammer to right center field. A long way and a line drive home run for Andrew McCutchen. It's his 3rd and a 2-0 Pirates lead.
You know, I like it when McCutchen is hitting the ball hard no matter where it's going, but it just seems that when he goes to right center, that's a little bit better sign than when he's just strictly pulling the ball. Because every now and then, I think he gets a little pull happy. But when he does this shows you that he is locked and loaded. That ball on the outside half of the plate, waited till it got in there and just hit a rocket. And his first base hit was out there also, same spot. Definitely has a game plan versus Happ.
Those guys are loving it. Get that glove down. Hit one for me, Kutch.
Certainly bombed that one. Kutch Snyder's trying to stay away from him. You know, knowing that he likes to pull the ball, but McCutcheon's crossing him up, taking him the other direction. If he gets out quick and tries to pull those outside pitches, he's probably hitting ground balls to short.
Three home runs for him now. Stays 0-2 on Alvarez. He definitely looks like he's locked in again after maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. Struggled a bit and had that stomach virus, but since coming back from that, he is really looking strong. Alvarez down on strikes. Andrew McCutcheon hits the home run, a 2-out line drive homer over the right center field fence. Jay Happ. Folks here at PNC Park are loving it. 2-0. .35 finale of the 9-game homestand. Celebrate Mother's Day at the ballpark with your family. All moms get a Neil Walker pink accent home jersey, the one on your right there, and all kids 14 and under get a Neil Walker replica home jersey, all courtesy of Chevrolet. After the game, kids and moms invited to run the bases. Thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. A special day here tomorrow. Mother's Day at the ballpark. Ball one on Carlos Lee, grounded out in the first. Ground out again. Both times to Pedro Alvarez. Andrew McCutcheon's home run gives the Pirates a 2-0 lead. So far, so good for Morton. Imagine, Bob, you get a couple of solid defensive plays behind you that can only pick up your confidence on the mound and make you want to throw even more strikes.
Well,
more aggressive to the
I really
net.
think what he's doing is getting all those ground balls, and that's what's going to build his confidence. I mean, he's, as you know, Greg, he's a pretty smart guy. Charlie, he likes to think through things and analyze things, and I guarantee you he is noticing all these fly balls and fly outs and home runs to right-hand hitters, and I mean that doesn't go unnoticed to him. And his goal tonight had to be get the ball on the ground. Same thing with Ray.
ball, 2 strikes on Bogusevic. We talked about a couple of innings back where Morton wanted to be more aggressive to the mitt, and he appears to be doing that last couple of innings. Got ahead of Lee quickly ahead of Bogusevic. Bounce to the right side.
Another ground out.
Unassisted.
Starting to stack up now, aren't they?
Yep. They're doing it quicker. Not going so deep into counts. Skipper Brad Mills of the Houston Astros. Our AT&T trivia question. Astros move to the American League next season. Both Texas teams will then be in the same league. Which other multi-team states have all their teams in one league?
I think, Greg, that's a tough one, huh?
The Astros and Texas Rangers will both be in the American League.
You just have to wait and see the answer.
It's a really tough one. Think.
Quite the brain teaser.
Oh, 1-1 on Justin Maxwell. One ball, 1 strike.
Look at that hat. Get a P on one side, parrot. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like that. Maxwell swinging over the top of. There's another parrot. Seeing a few more parrot hats out and about now.
Broken bat, bouncer to short. Barmas to first. Nicely done, quickly done by Charlie Morton. Pirates lead 2-0. Two 2-0. We move on to the bottom of the 4th here at PNC Park.
Some nice stashes there, huh?
Different styles each,
yeah,
right?
Oh, yeah. You can't have the same thing. You can have variety.
Casey McGee walked his first time, takes a strike from Jay Happ. Excuse me, ground ball. First baseman. Lee to Happ. So this one that really had us stumped, this AT&T trivia question.
I must have went to the Jeopardy folks for this one.
Astros move to the American League next season. Both Texas teams will be in the same league. Which other multi-team states?
States.
Plural.
States.
Bob, will you accept that answer?
It said states, I thought.
It didn't say Commonwealth.
No, it said states. If you look at the Pennsylvania Constitution, it clearly
states.
Says,
it states this is a Commonwealth.
This is a Commonwealth.
Come on, know your stuff, know your history.
I don't like that answer.
Shame on the gypsies,
Bob.
Bob.
Don't like that answer.
Shame on the gypsies.
It's Commonwealth.
You have to know the Pennsylvania Constitution before you submit the trivia questions. Fly ball to center field. Navarro will be retired. 2 up and 2 down. Shouldn't that be a requirement before you're even a gypsy in the trailer, that you know the Pennsylvania state Commonwealth laws?
Maybe you're just like a training gypsy or something. I don't know. Maybe
okay.
You know.
Okay. This doesn't bode well then.
Well, yeah, I know it doesn't bode well. Not knowing the Constitution.
You know who else is not going to like this whole thing? I'm sure he's watching at home. You know what I'm talking about?
JW.
Oh, yeah. The Rock. Yeah. He's not going to like this at all.
No, not at all.
He thinks the gypsies are making a mockery of what he has demanded over the years, and that's one that even little kids could answer. You know, you don't have to be. You don't have to be old school to answer the AT&T trivia questions. But from now on, you have to know. There you go. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The laws.
Know your history.
Yeah.
What other commonwealths are there in the
that's for
within the borders?
That's for Miami's trivia question.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Monday night.
I bet you there's one that nobody will get.
So do your studying. Be ready. Barmas down on strikes. 4 Ks for Happ. Pirates go down in order. They lead 2-0 through 4.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
Is that your place?
Yeah,
that's
Comma
it.
Express. Opening up.
You like that, don't you? Yeah,
great place.
When you have dinner, you show up with those every now and then. I recognize them. Now, do they have those sticks there that you can?
Sticks?
Yeah. I know that Pete shows up with sticks every now and then.
Pete Thoma, our director, yeah, he's a patron over there at Nakama.
Now, where's that located in the ballpark?
Over by Pops Plaza.
Oh, did you say that already?
No, you did. There's a drive deep to left off the bat of Matt Downs.
No.
Not when you got Tabata right there at the wall.
Ball just was not going out. We willed it. Whoa. Well, we got microphones in there now. Be careful.
Navarro went back earlier this homestand on a drive to deep left.
Ooh, Charlie thought that one was gone. Did you see him? Charlie refused to look.
Tabata did it a little more casually than Shimiko Navarro, who pretended that his momentum was going to take him almost over the wall. And then because of that, they had to review it. Tap left side. Here comes a very busy third baseman. And this time the throw gets past McGee. And that will allow Snyder to go to second. It'll be the 8th error of the season charged to Pedro Alvarez.
Pedro has that great arm, but he makes it tough on the first baseman. Twice tonight already, Case saved him, but couldn't do it a third time.
And did he have to be in such a hurry, I wonder, with Snyder running? It'll be a hit and an error.
You give him a hit and error, there's your answer.
Ground ball by Happ. Nice pick there. Walker, beautiful play. Walker.
Not real sure because Navarro wasn't very deep, but it possibly could have saved a run. Definitely ranging a long ways to his left to go after that. Now, there's no way they were going to score on that. You saw where Snyder was. Navarro was way up tight.
It's the second out of the inning.
Still
Snyder third.
I mean, you know, first and third and 2 outs, a lot better than first and third and 1 out. So even though I don't think it saved a run, it changed the situation around a lot.
Rather than first and third.
It still is amazing when you think of Walker,
third, 2 outs.
As good as he is at second base, you know, how he ended up getting to that position.
Line to right over Navarro. Going to have to play it on the hop. Schaefer headed towards second. And he is there, sliding with an RBI double. It's 2-1.
Tell you what, though, that's a pretty nice throw by Navarro. One hopper right on the bag as he cut that ball off before it hit the wall. You know, that's the kind of play that you see him make in the outfield every now and then, and kind of surprises you because he's not an outfielder. Originally a shortstop by trade, and then became kind of a utility infielder. But that's a fine play. Cut that ball off and put the throw right on the bag.
A one-hop strike. Shimiko Navarro, his first start in right field. Strike called, and 1-1 the count on Jed Lowry. He and Navarro were teammates with Boston last year. Navarro spent the second half of last season, the first half rather, in Boston. Pirates traded for Navarro over the winter from Kansas City. And Lowry picked up from Boston for Mark Melancon. 1-2. First round pick in 2005. Jed Lowry turned 28 years old last month. Five hits now for Houston. Two and two. The Pirates made a trade for a minor leaguer last night, acquiring from Boston corner infielder Jeff Larish. He'll report to AAA Indianapolis. Two and two on Lowry. Health has been an issue for Lowry over the years.
An interesting decision for Morton is how much of a strike does he try to throw? He's got a very good hitter in Altuve on deck, but he's a right-hander.
And just eats him up.
Able to get it in there deep. Another ground out.
Stros pick up a run through 4.5. Bucks up by 1. Pirates host the Stros on Mother's Day at 1:35. Save up to $10 off tickets to this or any Sunday home game. You show your Giant Eagle Advantage card at the PNC Park ticket windows or go to pirates.com/advantage card. Michael McHenry leads off. 2-1 ball game. Charlie Morton will follow.
I think the Duchess is the fastest ship of the fleet.
You think so? Or
just watching. Watching.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We're going to have to.
Now having watched,
one night we're going to have to turn pitch tracks out to the open ocean and get a good reading.
That's a good idea.
You know, the Majestic just kind of lumbers along. The Duchess has quickness. Look, she's almost out of the shot.
Beautiful shot of the ocean, isn't it?
Yeah.
gorgeous. Nothing like it. 2-1 on McHenry. And now 2-2. McHenry's first major league hit. J-Hap. June of last year. Warning track in the second. Just misses. 3-2 on the fort. Hits this one a long way to right center.
Same spot.
Bogus 7. Well, we invite you to like us on Facebook at Root Sports Pit, and you can stay connected with all our local teams and other passionate fans just like yourself. So what are you waiting for? Show us how you root on Facebook, and let's go Bucks. Charlie Morton takes a ball and struck out in the second.
Now, I like those a lot better than ice cream sandwiches.
You do?
Oh, I would give 10 ice cream sandwiches for one nice cone, especially the twist kind like that. They have chocolate and vanilla together.
You know how good they are here at this ballpark?
Those are fabulous. They're especially good when you just find the machine left turned on. You remember that, don't you?
I do. That'll never happen again. Thanks, Bob. Cut there from Morton. Got a piece of it, and also got a piece of Chris Snyder.
Watch where it hit him. Oh, I got it in his shoulder, I think, didn't it? You have that padding on there. That's got to still be able to sting occasionally.
Two outs. Bring up Jose Tabata. He'll take his time, and we'll take this time to check out Garrett Cole, first overall pick last year, and doing great work for the Bradenton Marauders, the high A club of the Pirates organization. He pitched tonight against St. Lucie down in Florida and went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, a run, a walk, 5 strikeouts. His first 6 starts this season. Bonus inning is 202 against him. And Jamison Tyone's numbers are, well, you need almost a microscope to take a look at that ERA. He's been tremendous.
Lunge?
Yeah. 0-1 the count on Tabata. Whoa. Big swing, and then
I don't like that.
Shaking his hand after the swing.
Don't like that at all.
As if he injured
himself. I mean, the bat came out of his hand, but I don't like him going for a walk like that. That means he felt something. That's why he let go of the bat. Didn't say anything abnormal. Well,
came out and checked on him and said he's all right.
Everything's okay. Just wanted to buy Charlie a little time. That's
a good idea.
I like that.
Yep.
That's pretty good thinking. Charlie a little sit down time in the dugout.
Skip out of the way of that pitch.
It's a little bit of a throwback as far as the way Tabata puts his hands on the bat. I don't know if you've ever noticed, Greg, that he's got them separated a little bit. little space in between his hands. See that?
Yeah.
High Cobb action.
Yeah. Just going to say maybe not quite as exaggerated
No,
as
but I mean,
Cobb,
but even just a little bit sets him apart from everybody else you'll see.
It's a fly ball toward the Clemente wall and right, and it sneaks out. Jose Tabata, his second home run. Pirates lead 3-1. I guess that hand's okay.
I guess so. Heck, I thought maybe he fouled that ball off. When I was watching our shot from true center, the way the ball came off the bat, I thought that's popped it down the line. Yeah, he popped it down the line and over the fence.
I didn't think that had a chance.
Easy on the high fives. Get the bad hand. Got that run back real quick.
Now Walker skies it on the right side. Carlos Lee making the catch. Tabata gets his second home run over the Clemente wall. PNC Park. Another look at the Tabata homer. Well, I think for a minute he thought it was just a pop. You know, that reaction he had was like a foul ball somewhere.
Yeah, he took a while to get out of the box. Normally, he's one of the quick breakers coming out of there. He wasn't sure.
And a bouncing ball just past Barmes. Jose Altuve, a leadoff single.
Majestic, as you see, just kind of cruising slowly. Of course, Duchess might have been going with the tide.
I think so. We'll check out the Majestic when it starts coming back. Oh, that's a beautiful ocean liner, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Very beautiful.
Carlos Lee has grounded out twice.
They get far enough upriver, they hit icebergs.
Yeah. Now Morton definitely looks for a ground ball here. Well, Altuve has stolen 5 in 6 attempts. And that ball hits off of him, and he's not able to get up immediately. Calls time.
Well, too, he's calling time and the ball's getting away. If you feel the ball hits you, don't call time. It might be flying over by the stands.
Running toward the dugout.
Yeah.
Timeout.
I didn't notice that till I saw the replay.
That's line foul.
The ball's over there somewhere. Call time.
Chris Resop up in the Pirates bullpen. One ball, one strike on Carlos Lee. Toward the gap in left center. And dropped by Tabata.
Down the lights. Down the lights.
In his glove and out. Base hit.
When we see this on replay, I'll bet you he's going to have a little grimace, maybe look away a little bit right at the last moment. And not hit very well. That ball got in on the hands. Well, I'm going to say I'm wrong, Greg. I didn't see him look away. I think he just dropped it. I don't think that there was any light situation.
Ray Searage is going to come out now. 2 on, no one out. Brian Bogusevic, the batter, has reached on an infield single and grounded out to first.
We've seen some problems with the lights a couple of times this year. I think that both times were on the road, though.
I know Tabata had trouble in St. Louis last road trip.
You go years without seeing that, and sometimes it crops up. They try to make most of the stadiums where the lights won't be an issue.
Check out Charlie Morton's pitch arsenal.
See, most of them, the two-seam fastball. I mean, that's his bread and butter. That's what he's going to throw most of the time to get those ground balls. And the ground outs, 11. Almost 60% of them coming two-seamers.
A line drive to right field.
That was a breaking ball there.
Bases are loaded with no one out.
Yeah, with nobody out there, everybody just goes the 90 feet. So it was a curveball. Just trying to get ahead with it. It looked like he, backdoor it, bring it in over the outside part of the plate. Bogusevic was waiting for it. Hit it hard.
Justin Maxwell at the plate. Tony Watson now joins Chris Resop. Maxwell has grounded out twice.
Yeah, this is a very good double play situation with Maxwell up there. Get ready on that left side, guys.
Ball one.
Really has poor numbers against right-hand hurlers.
And now it's 2-0.
This makes it even more likely, Greg, that he's going to hit a ground ball double play, because he's 2-0. He's ahead in the count. He's going to be very aggressive with his swing. He's going to roll over on an outside sinker and put it right to Barmes.
Next foul to the left, 2-1.
He was too quick with it.
Three career grannies. His 3 hits.
It's all
the
right.
bases loaded.
Not bad. Seen better. Little league.
And pulls this ball foul, and now it's 2-2.
On the ground. We're getting it over to the double play. That was very close. Maxwell missed it by that much.
Very good. Two. Ground ball, short, and a quick flip to get one. Barmas to Alvarez, run scores. It's 3-2.
Well, we need a little firmer ground ball than that. But we did take the runner off third base. That was a nice play by Barmas to do that with one out. That's a pretty important play. You know, he had some choices there. He could have gone towards second. But he went ahead, made that little backhand flip, and Pedro, a nice decision not going after that ball himself, backpedaling, getting to the bag, so Barmas could get that lead guy.
It's a one-run game again, and here's Matt Downs. Last time up, he sent Tabata to the wall and left. First time up, he grounded to third on a 3-0 pitch, and a ground ball to Barmas. 6, 4, 3. There's ground chuck when you need it. They had the bases loaded, one out. They scored one. The Pirates still lead by one. It's 3-2. I'll have to be pretty pleased. Tonight he has allowed 8 hits, but just the 2 runs. They're Automotive League leaders in terms of National League standings this season, as opposed to last year's final standings. The Nationals lead the East. They finished in 3rd last year. The Cardinals, of course, won it. Won the wild card, finished in 2nd. They lead the Central. And the Dodgers are leading the West. Beginning of the day, 6 up on the Giants. McCutchen homered in the 3rd inning. Singled his first at bat.
I have been trying to work him away, and it's not working. Making some pitches over there. And they're getting hit pretty hard. Now that's what he's hoping for. Throw that ball outside and have McCutchen try and pull it. But this is what's been happening. He tries to go away, and the ball is hit out of the ballpark. You know, when that home run was hit, Greg, you could hear Snyder. I think he said, "Darn it," when the ball was hit.
Yeah.
And that replay showed me why. He was set up inside off the plate. Yeah. And the ball was on the outside half.
And he sets up away. This ball bounced toward the shortstop. Chance for McCutchen to beat it out. He'll get an infield hit. He's 3 for 3.
With nobody out. Fast man aboard. Hit right over the edge of the mound. Lowry had a long ways to go for that. He wasn't going to throw anybody out anyway.
Lowry's had the best fielding percentage among shortstops in the National League so far. 3 for 3 night for McCutchen. Here's Alvarez. He's grounded to second and struck out.
Pretty good sized lead.
Strike one. That's driven the other way, hard to left. Oh, you love to see that. Alvarez lines it down the line and left. McCutchen will be held at third. A double for Alvarez with nobody out.
Buckles are in business now, and that's got to be a great feeling for that guy.
Snaps an 0 for 22 hitless string for Alvarez.
And it does it with an extra base hit too. You know, you're in that middle of the lineup. It's to drive the ball, get it out of the ballpark, find gaps, get extra bases. Beautifully done.
So right away, here in the bottom of the sixth, after the Astros scored a run in the top half, the Pirates are in business, and looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. We'll be back. Brad Mills will lift Jay Happ. 2 men on, nobody out. An exclusive behind-the-scenes look at them off the field. Here's Steve Blass talk about his new book, A Pirate for Life. Find out what the players think of Alvarez's hot streak. See the AGH Plays of the Week. Much more inside Pirates Baseball tomorrow at 12:30 here on Root Sports. Reiner Cruz, there he is, the author. It's like Hemingway, isn't he?
Definitely looks a little like Hemingway. It's always about Greg.
I know that's going to cost me a lot of money. It always does, but I say, I'll whatever it takes. I'll shell out. I told them I'd give them $50. I'm going to give them $50. Bring a sign like that to the ballpark.
Well, it looks like they must have spent all 50 at the sign shop.
You're criticizing their artwork. Thank you very much.
Hey, you get what you pay for.
Here's Reiner Cruz with the infield in. And a strike on Casey McGee. He's walked and grounded out. So the frustrating evening last night where the Pirates had a couple of golden opportunities to score, runner third base, nobody out, right away in this ball game. Jose Tabata led off the bottom of the first inning and tripled, and the next batter, Walker, hit a sacrifice fly. Well, here we are again, second and third, nobody out. Pitch in the dirt. Two and one. With runners on base, Casey McGee so far this season has excelled. Lays off that breaking ball and it goes to 3-1. McGee hitting .355 with men on base this season. McCutchen at third and Alvarez at second. 3-1 pitch. Bases are loaded.
You know, I think that is something that Astros we don't care too much about. That base on balls right there, because it almost puts them in a little bit easier position.
Garrett Jones will bat for Navarro.
They had the infield playing in, so now it's a force out to play instead of a tag play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, it puts the pitcher into a tough spot, because now the base that was empty is full, and now he does have to go for the heart of the strike zone. He used up his leeway there.
And now they just got Fernando Abad up and loosening in the bullpen. A little bit late here for the Astros. Of course, there are always ways to delay it. Tony La Russa was the master of it. Time is called. And Snyder.
Is that Snyder or Garrett? I think Garrett was trying to get his feet set.
Yeah. I thought he pointed to Snyder, but maybe not.
Oh, he might have been. Yeah.
Jones 0 for 3 against lefties this season, and hitless in his last 15 at bats going back to last year. His last hit off a left-hander was August 25th last season against the Cardinals. Mark Shipsinski.
You know, it's kind of an interesting strategy that the Astros decide to employ here. Now, by playing the infield in, you know, Pedro at second base gets a giant lead. You know, any kind of a base hit, there's no way they're going to stop him from scoring. So you're trying to pinch that runoff at the plate, but at the same time, you're opening yourself up to a big inning that at this point is going to maybe put the game out of reach.
Ball fouled out of play.
Or you could play back, try to get a double play, maybe concede the run and be 2 runs down with 3 innings left. So there's a, you know, I'm not sure that this is really a cut and dry scenario. You could maybe build an argument for either way. But the Astros are trying to keep it right at 3 runs, and they're taking a pretty good risk right here.
Snyder out to talk to the right-hander Cruz. And lefty Abad continues.
You can see out there that Pedro, I mean, he can come way, way off. I mean, basically a third of the way to third.
He should anyway, not right now.
Well, he will bounce off with the pitch.
Still bounced off a little bit.
Yeah, he could take maybe an extra step beyond where he just was. But that makes it really tough to even think about having a play on him at the plate. And obviously it makes it easier for the hitter to get a base hit through the infield with everybody up tight.
Reaching out and bouncing it to second. Play to the plate for 1. That's what they get. They get the force. Jones bounces it to short.
Altuve wasn't very greedy with that, I didn't think. It looked like he kind of took his time, made sure he got one.
Bounce to second baseman Altuve.
See how he kind of like took just a moment to make sure he put a perfect throw to the plate, deciding instead of rushing and trying to get a double play, he didn't throw off balance. He made sure his feet was set before he made that throw home. Now the middle infield anyway will move back and they'll try to get the double play. But that also shows the case how much easier that was with a force at the plate instead of trying to have a throw come in, beat McCutchen and get a tag down.
Oh, and 1 on Barmes. This is a big time spot for the former Astro. He's been hearing it from the crowd. And he's now in the hole 0-2. Reaches out and pops it up to shallow center field. Alvarez does not run well. He's going to test him.
Throws offline.
And it way offline. Sacrifice fly. The Bucks get a run. Schaefer's throw well off the mark. Barmes gets the sac fly. The Pirates get a run. And the other runners move up 90 feet.
With nobody out, you might not try it because the ball is not all that deep. But with 1 out, you go ahead. You force the defense into making a perfect play. Now, if this throw is right on the money, they might have him. It'll be close, but a good chance with a clean catch at the plate that he was going to be out. But the throw goes wide and no play. Alvarez scores standing up. Didn't even have to get his pants dirty.
Double for Alvarez. Run scored.
Key hit of the inning. That big double.
Yep.
Set that run up.
Off the lefty Happ. Line double to left. Michael McHenry with 2-minute scoring position. An appeal. So he left early, and the third base umpire, James Hoy, says he did not leave early. Bucks lead 4-2. They are 10-1 when they score 4 runs or more this season. Four runs on 6 hits. Barmes gets the sacrifice fly. Scoring Pedro Alvarez.
Barmes has struggled with the bat this year, but the hits he does get been with men on base.
And now breaking for the plate on the wild pitch, and the run scores. Casey McGee makes it a 5-2 game.
This is the second pitch in this at bat that Snyder just tried to pick out of the dirt with his glove instead of trying to block. The first one, which I believe was the very first pitch, he did pick. This time, no such luck. He just tries to pick it like a first baseman. Tell you what, he did a nice job throwing the ball back to the plate.
Yeah. Moving to third on the wild pitch, Garrett Jones. And now ball 3. McGee walked, scores the 5th Pirate run. Three and 2 on McHenry.
That's right, Bucktown.
Ball 4. Alex Presley will pinch hit for Morton. Now Abad is ready.
And here comes Mills. They're going to make the move.
We'll make a move too. Be back. See if the Pirates can add on. They picked up a couple. They're leading 5-2.
Drew McCutcheon, the monster. MVP, the boss of the roster. One swing, pitching, ace to bet. Little kids walking in the 22 we dress. East Coast, let me hear you say, let's go Bucks. West Coast, let me hear you say, let's go Bucks. Pittsburgh, let me hear you say, let's go Bucks. We from where I'm from. Where you from? Bucktown. Where you at? Bucktown. Hey, son, I told you so. Pittsburgh.
There aren't many bigger Pirate fans than former Steeler Chucky Jacoby, who provides us the backdrop to that music video. Bucktown and Alex Presley face Abad.
That's right, Presley. He's in the building. He's going to the plate. Bring him home.
Yeah, bring him home.
Number 22 is definitely starring tonight.
3-hit night for McCutcheon. The numbers for Abad.
Abad.
Not good. Not bad. Maybe they are bad, huh? 771.
771 is bad. You can't candy coat that one.
No, I know. I didn't want to take away your line.
No, that's all right.
Sorry. Presley 4 for 9 as a pinch hitter. And right back. Up. Dropped initially. And then on to first to get Presley. Pirates pick up a couple. Head to the 7th. Lead 5-2. the game, don't touch that remote or you're going to miss the Pirates post-game show. Here from Clint Hurdle, the stars of the game. See full highlights and more. A lot of highlights after this one. It's all coming up next right here on Root Sports. Alex Presley pinch hit, stays in the game to play left.
Stays in the building.
He does. Tabata moves from left to right. New pitcher Chris Risa.
Chris's numbers not bad. 3.29 ERA. 0-2. Not what he would like.
Chris Snyder leads off the Astros in the 7th. Walked intentionally in the 2nd. Was given an infield hit in the 5th, but they're probably going to review that one. Infield hit and an error. And scored. So that's an earned run at the moment.
They'll take it from
Morton. 1-1. Two runs at the moment, both earned against Morton in his 6 innings of work. Did he accomplish what you think he set out to do, Bob?
Yeah, everything's on the ground.
Off the glove of Pedro Alvarez. And Snyder going to head to second and make it uncontested.
And there is no doubt in my mind that this was a nice step back where Morton wants to be. Oh, hit pretty hard. Much that Alvarez is going to do there. Just got to throw the glove out there and hope it finds the baseball. Ball was hooking from him, bouncing in the dirt. But back to Charlie, I think that anytime he goes out there, regardless of the results on the scoreboard, when he gets a lot of ground balls, he's done what he needs to do. That's what kind of pitcher he is. Some days those ground balls are going to find holes, and what do you do about that? Just get the ball on the ground, and most of the time he's going to be successful. Why they call him Ground Chuck.
Marwin Gonzalez bats.
I don't know what Charlie's record is on Saturdays.
Is that a good day for Ground Chuck?
Well, we always have burgers in the press lounge.
That's true.
For dinner, and probably a lot of those made out of Ground Chuck. So
we will check that out.
Yeah, that could be a
very interesting nugget.
Charlie's days, yeah. Burgers were really good today, too.
Yes, they were.
You're going to the fish place tomorrow?
I don't think I'll do it on Sunday.
Sunday.
1-2 the count on Marwin Gonzalez.
Sounds like the Olympics just broke out down to the right here.
The Olympics just broke out.
A lot of fans here tonight. Good crowd.
Yep.
This is maybe not a sellout, but it's packed pretty well. Everybody's enjoying this one for sure.
Switch hitter Marwin Gonzalez sitting 238. He chokes up on that bat, doesn't he? Don't see that too often anymore.
Hunter Pence.
1-2 strikes. Snyder still at second, nobody out. Pirates up 5-2. Gonzalez batting from the left side.
You know, originally coined that term. Choked up, you know. You're not really choking it. It was kind of, you moved your hands up the bat a little bit.
He went. Henry will tag the batter to complete the strikeout.
Choking up didn't really help, did it? Just got it out in the fingertips. I always like to wonder about the origins of sayings like that. Like somebody years and years and years and years ago, said, "Hey, look, that guy's choking up."
Yeah, how'd that start?
Yeah, how did that come to mind?
Ben Hurdle going to make a pitching change.
Five to 2, but right now the Astros trying to cut into it. Man at second base. New pitcher coming to the ball game. Well, they're all over the ballpark tonight, aren't they?
I think it's so fun to see them on that rotunda, don't you?
They're everywhere
up there.
That's a great place to watch from.
Yep,
it really is. If you just want to get up from your seat, go for a little walk. Definitely would go there and just kind of lean up against the railing and enjoy an inning or two.
A number of places you can do that. You can go to the Trib Total Media Hall of Fame Club. Don't need a special ticket for that. Out in left field, you go to the new Budweiser Bow Tie Bar in right. All kinds of places.
Well, there is the new pitcher, Tony Watson. See Tony's numbers. I'd like to work on that ERA. 2-0 record, though. Nothing wrong with collecting wins.
Rysop gives up a double, strikes out the pinch hitter. Reaching out and popping it up to McCutchen in center. Jordan Schaefer is the second out.
McCutchen throwing behind Snyder. Snyder went back to tag, which I thought was kind of funny. And then Kutch said, "Okay, you go to tag, I'm going to throw behind you." if I can pick you off. Kind of called his bluff.
Lowry robbed of a hit by Pedro Alvarez his second time up tonight. Also singled and grounded out. Despite the error, Pedro Alvarez has had a solid game over there. And of course, he had the big double in the bottom of the sixth. Fly ball to deep center. McCutchen nearing the wall and with just enough room.
Wasn't sure about that one.
And keep it right here. So take me out to the ball game. Pirates leading it 5-2. Big crowd on hand at PNC Park. They're going to enjoy this one tonight.
We invite you now to stand, follow the bouncing Eden Park Smiley Cookie, and join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
(5-2) over the Astros. Earlier this afternoon, it was all about pedaling for the Pirates and the Pirates charities. This afternoon, cycling enthusiasts got to enjoy their sport in place while pedaling for the charities. They got their sweat on, earning a commemorative towel and a game ticket for tonight. Neil Walker, by the way, guys, made a special guest appearance along with the Parrot. I talked to Walker about it. He said, "I was on the bike for about 2 minutes and had to get off. It's that tough." But you can see these guys working it and raising money for the Pirate charities as well.
All right, good stuff. Thank you very much, Lacey. Pirates charities, great work all year long. And the Pirates trying to work their way to a victory to even the series. Tabata homered to right in the fifth.
Who's out there, Greg?
New pitcher. That is David Carpenter. Some high heat. Hope you saw Lacey's conversation with the Morgantown native, David Carpenter, before the game.
Started out as a catcher, correct?
The Cardinals system. All fouled off, and I think Lacey has more on David Carpenter. Lacey?
I talked to him about the transition from catcher to pitcher, and he said when he was playing at West Virginia, it was always in his back pocket. He knew he had an arm, and you guys can see it right now on the mound. And he was trying to find a way to break into the big leagues. In the Cardinals organization, you guys know how rich the pitching has been. He had some of the best tools at his disposal, and now he's been able to become a part of the Astros pitching staff.
Okay, Lacey, thanks, as the ball is popped up by Talbot in foul territory. So he gets the out, start the inning.
Has got the arm for pitching. There's not much doubt about that. You know, it seems like Cardinals always like the guys named Carpenter.
That's something. They've got Chris and Matt.
I had shortstop in my pocket, but pitching worked out, so I didn't need to move to short.
But it was there for you if you needed it?
I had that for me in case I had to fall back on it. But I stuck with the pitching.
I saw an old battery mate of yours. I don't know if he's in uniform during the game. I don't believe he is. He does some special assignment scouting work, and before the game he was out in uniform. I thought I saw you talking to him earlier. Pitch is taken for a ball 2-0.
Yeah, Matt Sinatra was a catcher with the Braves. We spent some time together in Richmond.
Ball fouled off.
Old Parker Field, I think was the name of that. The old ballpark in Richmond.
And Sinatra, a major league catching and advanced throws. He was a second-round pick in 1978 by the Braves, and later became a battery mate of Bob's.
He's spent a lot of time on Lou Pinella's coaching staffs over the years. Good singer, too.
Yes. They called him Frank. See, he had that in his back pocket.
Yeah, in case he had to fall back on it. And that the singing gig. He's a funny guy, too.
Frank?
No, I don't know if Frank was all that funny. Dean was.
Dean was, yeah. And Sammy was pretty funny, too. 2-2. Pirates lead 5-2.
Tell you what, though, if Frank told a joke, you had to laugh at it, though.
You had to. You didn't laugh at it?
Yeah, I don't think
future
you
is a question mark.
Yeah. I don't believe it.
You know, in a way, it's kind of like that with Blass and us.
Yeah, we. You know, the thing with Steve and you know, some of his lines and jokes he tells.
There's a high drive to right field that's going to stay a couple of steps in front of the track.
You and I have heard them, you know, dozens of times, some of them. But do you ever fail to laugh at him because of the way he says them? I mean, that's the
delivery.
Thing.
It's the delivery.
He is amazing. He can always put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
He has no idea what we're saying.
It's bothering the heck out of him.
He just looked at the monitor.
He doesn't know what.
The monitor is right here.
Oh, good.
They're just looking at it again.
Yeah, okay.
So he's like,
see, now you got him. He's going to have to do something.
Oh, yeah.
See, he has to do something. He can't just let it go.
He has no idea what we're talking about. It's bothering him.
Oh, it is. Oh, see, there we go. I don't know if you know this. He's got a book out.
Author. And it has a lot of those lines in there
that
we're talking about.
Actually, very, very well done. It really is. And do yourself a favor and head out to the bookstores tomorrow.
Is that the book that the bottle is sitting on?
I believe so. Just in case. He'll be a guest of Bill Brown's tomorrow on the pregame show in Houston. 2-1 on McCutcheon, a 3-for-3 night. Home run in the third.
Hit two real hard and one easy. But all three of them are base hits. '94. '96. Boy, I bet you he could throw you out at second. I wouldn't want to be standing on the mound when he was throwing somebody out at second. Definitely be hurrying to get out of his way with that arm.
It's a pretty cool thing
right
there.
Two.
Aha.
That's no fair.
That gentleman behind him points that out. Hey, he had a couple there. And he's going to have a base hit and a 4-for-4 night. He was 4 for 4.
Yeah, what's his batting average now?
On Wednesday night.
You got anybody down there can figure that out real quick? Oh, hit 2 real hard and 2 easy, and got 4 hits.
He has 11 hits on this homestand in 20 at-bats. And again, he was 4 for 4 on Wednesday night against the Nationals. And now Alvarez, who doubled the other way in the 6th. Pitch out. McCutchen not going anywhere at the moment.
Brain says 342 on the batting average.
342. That would put him.
See how quick he did that? That's why we call him the Brain.
Yep.
The calculations just moves so quick.
You got CR, you got PT, you got Pinky in the Brain. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chucky Wetlock. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Pedro Alvarez. Seven hits, 4 that belong to McCutchen. I'd like to see Pedro get back on the
home run.
Run.
Yeah, thinking that same thing.
Yep. Just to get him back on it.
That double might do it. So much of what goes on in that batter's box is the confidence stuff. You know, how many players that are streaky? You know, most of them.
A lot of them.
Well, the reason is because of the, you know, it has to be because of the confidence. That level goes up there, and you know you get to you know, you're not afraid to take a pitch. I think a hitter that's not very confident gets really over anxious. He loses his patience. He wants to hurry and get the ball put in play. He's definitely afraid of any kind of a 2-strike count. Or a confident guy, he's not really fearful of anything up there. He's just going to wait until he gets something that he thinks he can drive. But he's not really thinking about it. He's reacting to the pitch coming in. It's not like, oh, I think I can drive this one. I think I'm going to swing here. No, that's not really what happens. But it's all muscle memory and reaction time. Hope Brock's not watching.
Paying attention to McCutchen. They pitched out earlier. Throwing over there. 2-2 on Alvarez. And now 3-2.
Tried the slider on the hands trick. Didn't work. Alvarez wasn't going for it. He's got that big fastball, lots of velocity. See if he goes for the strike zone.
Now they're back off on 3-2 with 2 outs. Foul out of play. More souvenirs. Still 3-2.
That one got all the way to the upper deck. That was above the club level. Yeah, we don't see many in the upper deck.
Probably count on one hand in over 10 years here in this ballpark. It
bounced up there, but a fan in the upper deck got that foul ball above the club level. That's right. Good night for the Bucks. Could be better.
And it's ball 4. 2 on for Casey McGee with 2 outs.
Like Carpenter's going to get a visit.
Pitching coach Doug Brocale out. Jay Happ gave up 5 runs in 6+ innings. Reiner Cruz got 2 outs in the 6th. Fernando Abad got the last out. Juan Cruz up in the Pirates pen. The pitcher spot for the Bucks is due up next, so Nate McLeod comes out on deck. Leading by 3 and looking for a knockout punch. McGee has walked twice and bounced out. Pirates have hit 2 home runs tonight. Andrew McCutchen, Jose Tabata. Pop foul the other way. McGee without a homer in 72 at bats. Of course, you know, McCutchen was approaching 100 at bats without a home run, and that started to garner a lot of attention. Well, he's hit 3 now the past few days.
Pujols still have just 1?
Yeah. Oh, and 1. And a pop up to the second baseman Altuve as he backpedals onto the grass. That'll do it for the Bucks. Stranding a couple onto the 8th, leading 5-2.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deal on Tempur-Pedic mattresses, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Welcome back, and Majestic has picked up speed.
No, that's not as fast as the Duchess was going.
No, I don't know.
Well, there's only one way to solve it.
Interesting race it would be. His ball bounced. Oh, diving stop. Alvarez to his feet. He got him.
There's that arm also. Just a bullet across the diamond. This one was right on the money.
As we said, aside from one error, he's had a very strong night.
He just hops up, plants that back foot, and that's a clothesline, a frozen rope right across the infield.
Yeah, that's a fabulous play. Carlos Lee, 1 for 3. Tony Watson watches it and loves it.
Might be another one coming.
They have changed the Snyder hit in the 5th to a straight 2-base error. So that takes one of the hits away from Morton, his line. And one of his runs is unearned in his 6 innings. Well, look how slow that is compared to what we just saw.
The Duchess is just idling right now, just moving up. You know, there's people on board that want to get a decent look at the stadium. You don't want to just go flying right by.
There's a one-hop smash. Oh! How about that play by Walker? Let's do a little dance in reverse.
Then he almost overran that one. Look at his face. Look at it.
One-hop shot. He's going to take a peek up at the scoreboard.
Watch Walker.
Whoops.
Oh, you know, did that come off the side of the mound? Is that why it was headed up the middle and not, you know, I mean, definitely to his right. I guess it was just the spin of the ball brought it back.
And this was rolled to Barmes. Nice inning for Tony Watson. For him, 5 up, 5 down. 5-2 Pirates. Of any size at PNC Park. Ask about how each member of your group can take home a Pirates cap or Roberto Clemente replica jersey. You get a great discount. To reserve your group tickets, call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/groups. Your group can also qualify for the chance to throw out the first pitch or sing the national anthem or certainly be recognized down on the field at PNC Park. So check it out. 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or pirates.com. Great way to enjoy a ball game with a group. You have 34,187 on hand.
Very nice. By the way, Greg, I don't think that was the Duchess going.
Yes, it was.
No, I don't think
yes,
so.
it was.
No, it wasn't.
Here's Brandon Lyon making his 14th appearance. Send along a happy birthday wish to Bill Slater, 74 today from Slippery Rock. Nate McLeod bats for Watson. Hit the other way. At the moment, a safe situation. Joel Hanrahan was expected to return to Pittsburgh tonight. He's on the bereavement list. Went to attend his grandmother's funeral. He will be activated tomorrow. Joel Hanrahan all-star bobbleheads given away tonight. Daniel McCutcheon came up from AAA Indy to take the spot on the roster. Strikeout. Pirates strapped on their bowling shoes and hit the lanes for their annual charity event, Bowling with the Bucks. Here the players mic'd up. See who had the best bowling technique and much more during the special Inside Pirates Baseball Bowling with the Bucks. Thursday at 6 here on Root Sports. A great crowd on hand. Well, a lot of players, just about all of them, able to attend. Co-hosted by Joel Hanrahan and Chris Resop. And the players had a lot of fun. Barmas a sacrifice fly his last time up. Look at that play. Lacey Collins, huh? Now let's see how she does here with
the throwing
finding a
part.
fan. Oh, well
Nice
done.
toss. I like that.
It was
hat.
not an easy play.
What did you guys think of that? It was a slow grounder.
Well, it's ours. A nice play, we said.
Well, thank you very
Yes.
much. I liked the parrot hat, so I had to reward the creativity there.
I balled it right. A lot of reporters would not have been able to make this play. We'll show it to you and see what Bob thinks.
Well, you know, there's always two parts to every infield play. You have to be able to field the ground ball, but then now what are you going to do? You got to make the throw. And this was a nice toss.
Barehanded and left-handed, so I wanted to make sure I made a nice toss
Excellent
to the
work.
girl. So I did kind of have to shift hands there, but a little bit of everything.
It's all right. You had time. A slow runner.
And
Took your time. Made a good throw.
On the replay, we saw that ball took a little late bad hop at the end.
I think it
Collins
hit some
stayed with
sunflower
it.
seeds over here.
Yeah.
There's some seeds over here. The guys kind of tend to eat them later on in the inning, so had to work with what I had in front
Watch
of
it
me.
again. Watch at the very end here. Watch it take a tough hop. Boom. Well done. Whoa.
Ball almost took a tough hop. McHenry has hit a couple balls really hard to right center tonight. Trying to work him in, trying to take that away from him a little bit. And they're going to go to the hook. Ford says no thank you.
Two and two. More smiles tonight in that dugout.
Smiles everywhere, all over the ballpark. A fun night. It's the kind of game you want to play in front of a big crowd for sure.
Bucks go down in order. Juan Cruz will look to earn the save. 5-2. Pirates lead on Joel Hanrahan bobblehead night in front of over 34,000 at PNC Park. Game 2 of the 3-game series, which will conclude tomorrow. We check out the Nissan Road Ahead for the Buccos. The schedule has them in Miami on Monday for 2 games. The Nats will host the Pirates next week, Wednesday nights, and then the Tigers in Detroit before the Bucs return home.
The Mets in Cincinnati.
No, that's the Cubs. Steve made that mistake the other day. The Astros conclude the homestand tomorrow afternoon on Mother's Day.
Very colorful calendar we have. I like it.
By the way, tomorrow's pitching matchup you might like too. A.J. Burnett against Wandy Rodriguez.
The Marlins have really added some pizzazz to the calendar.
Juan Cruz, who was able to save a couple of games earlier this season in Phoenix when Joel Hanrahan was shut down with a tight hamstring. April 17th and 18th, back-to-back nights for Juan Cruz. That save on the 17th was his first since May of 2009 while he was with the Royals. So Cruz looks to earn his 3rd save of the season, which would be his 6th career save.
Speaking of saves, Joel just got saved. Got his bobblehead on the field. Presley with the save of Joel.
Good work. Justin Maxwell takes ball 1. If Cruz can get the 3 outs, Charlie Morton would go to 2 and 3. There's a strike. Charlie Morton tonight, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 intentional walk. He did not strike out a batter. 2nd time in his career. Didn't strike out a batter. The first one almost doesn't count because his first Pirate start in Atlanta, June of 2009. He threw only 13 pitches before having to leave with a hamstring issue. 1 and 2 now on Maxwell. Well, you got a lot of ground balls. Struck him out. 95 on the gun.
95 with a little paint. Right on the block, away with velocity. For that pitch. Beautiful thing.
33-year-old Juan Cruz trying to save it for Morton. And his 3rd save as a Pirate. One ball, 1 strike on downs. Cruz signed as a minor league free agent over the winter. There was a really good chance he was going to be with the club when the team headed north. One ball, 2 strike count.
And Neil's done a good job of bringing in the veteran bullpen guys. Still have a lot of gas in the tank. Cruz throwing some of that gas tonight.
Base hit. Matt Downs, a 1-out single.
Playing him as a pretty good pull hitter in the infield. He kind of crossed everybody up by taking this ball the other way. hit it where it was pitched, basically. You'd see from that behind home plate shot how far Walker was playing up the middle, almost behind the mound.
McGee will back off a bit, play behind the runner.
See Walker shading over there a little bit now, not quite as much as he was with Downs up.
Strike one on Snyder.
If he's looking at the scoreboard right now, he knows he lost a hit.
In the air to center.
Can of corn. Can of corn.
2 outs. Travis Buck will bat for Brandon Lyon. One more out to get for the Bucks. I heard the USA chant earlier. They'll give the runner second base. Defensive indifference. Strike one on Travis Buck, the pinch hitter. Henry. A 1 count on Travis Buck.
I don't think they remembered to get together on what signs they were going to use if somebody did get to second base. So Henry had to call time and go out. And maybe they did talk about it before the inning, but got to make sure.
Andrew McCutchen with a 4-hit night. 4 of the 7 hits, one of them a home run. Leading the way as the Pirates are in front 5-2. And the other way, shallow left, late break, but no problem for Alex Presley. Rays the Jolly Roger. The save to Cruz, the win to Morton. The Pirates have evened the series.
A good way to get the bad taste from last night out of your mouth early on. You in with a sacrifice fly after that leadoff triple. Got the big crowd tonight. Played a great game. And that man right there, I mean, he really is off to a great start this season. And he so badly wants to bring a winning team to the Pirates, a winning team to Pittsburgh. Signed that contract in spring training, and hopefully this offense can do much more of what we saw tonight.